Welcome to Motivational Moments. I am your host, Mason Metzger. The aim of today's episode is to provide an introduction to my personal and professional background, as well as to describe the overarching purpose of the podcast. When trying to determine the best place to begin our conversation today, I decided that I would begin by describing for you my disability. My disability is called spastic cerebral palsy. Cerebral palsy is caused due to a lack of oxygen to the brain as a result of brain lesions located in the motor cortex portion of the brain. I am classified as a person with quadriplegia, which means all four of my limbs are affected by my diagnosis. There are several different types of cerebral palsy, but cerebral palsy happens to be one of the primary or most common disabilities that people within this population face. My specific type of cerebral palsy, spastic, means that all four of my limbs are extremely tight, and I also experience frequent muscle spasms. Since you cannot see me, it is hard for me to describe what a muscle spasm is, but I will do my best. And so, the easiest way for me to describe a muscle spasm is that it's similar to what you feel when your phone vibrates, but it's just a much more strong vibration that causes the muscles within a person's legs to move uncontrollably. And some people also experience spasms in their upper body. Instead of referring to a disability as a disability, I prefer to refer to my diagnosis as a specialized challenge. The reason for that is because each one of you listening to this episode has challenges, whether you're able-bodied or has what society frames or deems as a disability, but each one of our challenges are different. That's why I prefer to look at my diagnosis that way. I like to say that people with specialized challenges are not aliens from outer space. We come in peace. And currently, I am a junior at Indiana Wesleyan University studying human communication with an emphasis in organizational leadership. In addition, I am a professional motivational speaker, an aspiring author, and accessibility advocate, primarily through consulting. I delivered my first keynote speech in August of 2014 to a group of 1,000 educators at the Teacher Welcome Back event for Warsaw Community Schools, which is where I received my kindergarten through 12th grade education. Since my dream took flight, I have spoken to over 70 audiences on a wide array of topics ranging from corporate events, talks at several kindergarten through 12th grade schools, as well as engagements in college and university settings and other church and youth events. In 2017, which was my senior year of high school, I served as an ambassador for the Riley Children's Foundation. During that year, I traveled all over the state of Indiana to share with groups large and small how being a patient at Riley Hospital for Children for 17 years gave me a passion for my physical health and wellness. After serving in that role, I made the transition to become an official digital ambassador for the foundation, and I continue to serve in that capacity today. Also in 2017, I spoke to the members who made up the Indiana House of Representatives. After doing so, a resolution was made which aimed to recognize my strength and courage. In March of that year, I traveled to Tulsa, Oklahoma, where an organization called Christ in Youth produced a video of my story that highlighted how God has used my disability to impact the world for His kingdom in a positive way. The video was shared at CIY Move that summer. CIY Move is an annual conference for high school students that takes place throughout the summer at various locations all over the United States of America. Since April of 2018, I have been a member of the board of directors at Forte Residential and Forte Home Healthcare Incorporated. Forte Residential and Forte Home Healthcare are two companies that serve consumers all over the state of Indiana, primarily by providing caregiving services, but we also provide music therapy services for individuals who qualify for residential services. Most recently, in 2019, I received an international award from the Council for Exceptional Children in the category of self-advocacy. I tell you all of these accomplishments not to brag, but each one of these accomplishments, or in other words, accolades, highlights a way that God has used my specialized challenge to bring glory to His kingdom. In addition, these accomplishments have led to various spheres of influence. After obtaining my bachelor's degree by December 2021, if everything goes as planned, I aspire to continue my education in the pursuit of a master's degree in the field of organizational leadership with an emphasis in either healthcare administration or education. After doing so, I hope to found a speaking and consulting firm. In addition, I hope to create a company that will assist persons with disabilities in some way. Motivational Moments was born out of my desire to enhance my ability to live out my mission in life, which is to inspire and equip all people to be a shining light to the world by sharing my story. My vision statement is to lead a life in such a way that creates waves resulting in change. It is not humanly possible for me to have a one-on-one conversation with everyone whom I come into contact. That being said, I hope that through this podcast, my listeners are able to not only be inspired, but also equipped with the knowledge and tools necessary to be whom God has created them to be by listening to my lived experience and learning from it. Each of the episodes in this podcast series will be 5 to 15 minutes in length and will be uploaded to my YouTube channel on Fridays. Be sure to subscribe and click the notification bell so that you are notified each time a new episode is available. Do you have questions or suggestions for a future episode? Email your questions and suggestions to mason@masonmetzger.com. You can also connect with me on LinkedIn as well as Instagram by searching for Motivational Mason, or Twitter, which is Mason_Metzger. In the next episode, I will discuss in the next episode, I will discuss how adaptability is an essential aspect of moving through life well. Thanks for listening and have a great day.